Right, look at the size difference, look at the height difference between us. Oh my gosh. But you know what, Malik, welcome back. And what colour microphone would you like?
Red.
Yeah, it contrasts nice with the outfit.
Yes.
Abs of October Red, I'm here with Malik Scott.
Yes.
Never miss out the middle king bit. How are you doing? And talk to me about Ezra Taylor coming to you. How did that even happen?
First of all, obviously God, the way how he connected dots for us. Ezra came to America. He hooked up with a strength trainer. The strength trainer told him basically someone that he thought would be very fitting for him to work with while he's in America. And then we connected and never really looked back from there. We got some great sessions in, went through some trials and tribulations together concerning just outside the ring when obstacles came our way. And he's the most promising fighter on this card and about to be one of the most promising light heavyweights in the world pretty soon. He works hard. He's a man of God, extremely consistent. And most of all with him, I call him the professional. And that's the kind of performance I'm expecting him to have Saturday night, a real professional performance.
When you look at the two of you and how you've gelled, because this is a major thing for me, and I've asked Ezra, and I didn't get to finish the question, but it's like, why is it with British fighters, why do they go to American coaches? I want to ask that first, and then I want to find out a little bit about why you two gel, because not all coaches gel with fighters.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say, I don't know how true that is. Derek Chisora has jumped from trainer to trainer. Sometimes he went to other trainers over here. Sometimes he went to Buddy McGirt. Anthony Joshua went from his trainer and he got with, I believe, Angel Fernandez. And then he went...
Derek
James, yes. So it's like, I don't really think it's an actual like culture thing. I just think some fighters is willing to challenge themselves and put themselves in uncomfortable territories and unknown territories, like going to another country to train, seeking more knowledge. So I think it's really just about having an open mind. But I could get why you say that, because the temperature of it seems like that, but it just end up like that a lot of times. These fighters just want what they think is best for them. They only have one career. When Ezra is long gone, his career is over, Malik Scott, I'm still going to be training fighters. Ezra Taylor only got one career. All these fighters, they got one career, so they want to make the best of it. And at times, they have to make the best decisions possible for themselves, if that means switching to other trainers.
So how do you two gel? Because I've looked at you with Deontay Wilder, and I know that you fought each other. Mm-hmm. I see you more as like a friendship, but when it comes to like that coach-fighter thing, I just don't think it gelled. This is my opinion.
Yes,
I'm just somebody on the outside, but it's like, what makes you gel with Ezra? Because like you said, it's one career. He's taken the leap. He's gone with you. He's chosen you out of many people that I'm sure would be knocking on his door.
Yes.
What is it about you two that gels really well?
Well, to gel with me is easily. You just have to be a sponge for knowledge. If you're a sponge for knowledge and you're a geek and you work extremely hard and you're constantly trying to better yourself as a fighter, you're trying to get every edge that you could get. So on fight night, you perform very well. I think I had 4 fights with Deontay. I think people's favorite fight out of him and Tyson Fury fight is the fight that I trained in, which would be the trilogy, one of the best fights of all time. The next fight I had with Deontay, he fought Robert Helenius, who just ended the career of Adam Krasnowski.
That was one round knockout, wasn't it?
Yes. But Helenius knocked Adam out twice. Deontay Wilder, we chose Helenius off of his biggest wins. Me knowing Helenius and studying him, Helenius don't know how to fight coming forward. I picked up on that, so I allowed him to come forward to Deontay. He walked right into the bomb. The next 2 fights was Deontay fighting Joe Parker and then Zhang. Before that, his inactivity was probably the most in the heavyweight division, and he took on Joseph Parker, who was the most active heavyweight in the world. Came up short in the 12-round fight. His next fight, he fought, in my opinion, at that time, the toughest, most dangerous southpaw in the division at that time, Big Zhang. He hit Zhang with the right hand that time. Zhang really didn't do nothing how people would at one time. Deontay got caught with a southpaw, that type of southpaw favorite shot, a hook. Sometimes life just happened, and sometimes boxing just happened. There's no secret in this game that I have one of the best boxing brains in the world. So to like for someone like Ezra, who's a sponge for knowledge, and he gets with me, and he's a workhorse, and he wants to do everything to better himself. That's how we gel, because that's all I need. That's chemistry between a trainer like myself, a coach, a teacher like myself, and a fighter like Ezra. And watch Saturday night, you guys are going to see something special. He's going to look like a real professional.
When the fighter is like younger in their career, and when I mean younger, that haven't had as many fights, is it better for yourself as a coach to get with them then, rather than somebody that's extremely experienced? It's almost, I always look at boxing like a relationship.
Yeah.
The older you get, you're stuck in your ways, you can't really change, there's not really that much room to maneuver and learn. Is it the same with a fighter, and that's why you probably have that better chemistry with Ezra?
I wouldn't even say I have like a better chemistry with
Okay.
Ezra. I would just say Ezra is a whole different person, a whole different fighter. And I think like getting a fighter early in his career definitely plays a part. Like, you know what I mean? I became Deontay's trainer on the second half of his career. Like he already was
Established
yes.
WBC champion.
Yes. And that's my brother, and I love him. And he believed in me and wanted me to be his trainer. And we did some great things as that. Like, you know what I mean? The Tyson Fury trilogy was a movie. The one knockout ice cold Hellenius had never been done was a movie. And then we fought Joseph Park in Saudi Arabia and came back and fought Jang. And boxing happened. We came up short. That's all. Life in boxing just be happening.
So when you talk about the development of Ezra, and thank you for speaking about that, because it's like, when I heard that Ezra was going to yourself, I was a little bit unsure. I was like, why? What is it with the American coaches? What? Because we do see the fighters do it. Do they not think that there's enough of a talent pool of UK trainers to train them? But I know Ezra does spend a lot of time out in the States.
Yes,
he always has done. So
and then Rand, it's just always something. So we'll say Derrick James, when he's considered trainer of the year, he's considered everybody's favorite trainer.
Yep.
He come up short. Now, you can literally see everywhere in the comments, they saying he's the worst trainer in the world besides Malik Scott, or Malik Scott is a better trainer than him. Here, Ben Davis is one of the best boxing brains in the world.
However,
here, people literally, sometimes to me, you see comments and hear people talk about Ben Davis, they still have a problem. Adam Booth has made history. It's always something. So it's always going to be something with these with trainers and fighters. People are always going to have something to say. There's no trainer in this game that has ever went through undefeated. Emmanuel Stewart didn't gel good with every fighter. I could name 3 or 4 fighters just off the top of my head that he didn't do that good with, but I could name 100 that he did do with.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just boxing. It's just life. I'm never going to be there's no such thing as an undefeated trainer.
True.
It's just not. Like, you know what I mean? We go through trials and tribulations just like fighters do. And I understand this game and I know how it works. And how it works is you have highs and you have lows. And you have to enjoy both because it's all a part of the journey. Those was learning lessons, people considering that Deontay, those was learning lessons for myself and him. So, and at the end of the day, too, Red, it's entertainment. And people just want to be entertained. So when they seeing Wilder not be the first half of his career, Wilder, they like, oh, who can we blame? Malik is it? Like,
I hear that.
Before me, they was complaining about JDs. Before JD or after JDs, they Mark Breland. They were saying Wilder's too wild. He needs to learn how to box. Then when he get Malik Scott, it's always just going to be something. And you have to understand that, or these people in this world would just drive you crazy. I have a real understanding of people. I have a real understanding of life, and I'm really learning. And I really believe from my heart that I have one of the best boxing brains, one of the best work ethics in the game as a trainer, and I believe my best days are ahead of me.
When you look at Ezra then, and when you look at yourself as a trainer, and like I said, sometimes I think, like you said, the coaches that can get a name for themselves, trainer of the year, then it's almost like as soon as they get trainer of the year, it's almost like a curse. We've seen it with Eddie Reynoso, we've seen it with Derrick James,
yes.
We've seen it potentially, word on the street was Ben Davison, he's the next best thing, then obviously Anthony Joshua loses to Daniel Dubois. It's
almost like it's a build-up. At least since I've been a young kid, I've noticed that it's almost this build-up, the build-up to almost tear you down.
I hear that.
That's why I greet people.
No, I hear that.
With a grain of salt, because the same people that's patting on your back today be kicking you in your ass tomorrow.
We know how
that's
that
just
works.
what it comes with. But I understand it's still entertainment. Like at the end of the day, like it's just still entertainment. People need something to talk about, and we all need a punchline, and we all need something to make people gravitate to us. And right now, we have Ezra Taylor up, undefeated, man of God, a true professional.
So do you feel that
workhorse.
pressure then? Do you feel that pressure to take him on as an undefeated fighter? Do you feel that pressure as
but
well?
my pressure runs a little bit deeper, because the pressure I feel that I have is I look at it like I have this young man's life in my hand. And Ezra will listen to me to a T. He don't listen to you halfway. He don't listen to you sometimes. No, Ezra is zoned in every session, every instruction, and he go out there, he take floor work into sparring, and sparring he's going to take into Saturday night. I'm just as excited to see him do this Saturday night than any of you guys.
Listen, I can't wait. You've sold it to me. It's what I wanted to hear, because there was all sorts of questions going in my head. And there's one thing, Malik, it's not a popularity contest, and I always want to know why.
Yes.
And it's nice that you've explained that why with you and Ezra. I wish him all the best. He's a fantastic personality.
Yes.
So are you.
Yes.
So yeah, Saturday night.
Yes,
we'll see what happens.
Do it like
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.